Hello guys, I am Jasmeet and welcome to Blogging Unplugged. On this channel, you will find information related to WordPress, blogging, product tutorials, updates, and other related topics. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about WP Rocket's anniversary sale that is running right now. Now, during this sale, you can get flat 25% off on WP Rocket's plans for a limited time until July 13th, 2022. Now, I have left a link to WP Rocket in the description box below and in the first pinned comment. Now it is important to know some of the links in the description box below are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you decide to purchase using our links. Now, as far as the topics are concerned, I have covered both pricing and features so that you can make an informed decision. And keeping that in mind, let me just start sharing the screen. And in the meantime, you make sure to subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so that you are notified every time I release a video. So here I am on the homepage of WP Rocket, and as you can see, you will get 25% off for a limited time until July 13th. The link to it is in the description box below. Now the first thing that we are going to discuss is its pricing during the sale, and then I'm going to take you through some of its feature. So for pricing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the pricing tab, and you can see right over here all of the pricing is discounted. You are getting 25% off on all plans. Now the single plan is priced at $36.75, originally priced at $49. This is for a single website and a year of support and updates. The plus plan, which is this one, is for $74.25 and it is originally priced at $99. This is for 3 websites. Now the infinite plan is priced at $186.75 and this is for unlimited websites. Now again, this sale is only for a limited time. Now in case you want to pay in euros, then this is the pricing. Single is for 32 euros, plus is for 66 and infinite is for 166. Now it is important to know here that you get all the same features in all of these plans. The only difference between all of these plans is that in single you get activation for a single website, which is this one. In plus you get for 3, and in infinite you get for unlimited websites. Okay, this is the only difference. You get access to all of the same features. Now that you are familiar with its pricing on anniversary sale, let's discuss some of its features. Now the first feature that you get with WP Rocket is cache, and what this feature does is as soon as you will install WP Rocket, it will cache all your pages and posts, and what it will do is it will create static HTML files for it. Now HTML files, being lighter, can be delivered quickly to the users as soon as they will visit your site, improving your website loading times. Now the next feature that you get with WP Rocket is file optimization, and this feature basically reduces the size of the website related files. Now this is a whole section in the WP Rocket plugin where you get access to settings like minification, optimizing CSS delivery, asynchronous CSS loading, deferred loading of scripts, which is JS, or delayed loading. Now what all of these features do is these basically improve the loading times. Now all of these features, although these may sound really technical, but these can be activated with just one click, and I will show you this in this video only. Now after the file optimization, the next set of features offered by WP Rocket is for the media on your website. Now there are two main features that I want to discuss it with you, but not too much in depth right now. So these are, the first one is lazy load, which is when enabled, it will only display, or it will only load the media in the viewport, and it will improve the loading times. Now to understand this feature briefly, you will have to understand that a web page is a combination of code, text, and media. Okay, media being the heavier component takes time to load, and if a web page starts to load media simultaneously with the text, the loading times will increase. Now if you will only load the media that is visible in the viewport with the HTML and the text, then what will happen is it will improve the loading time, and this is what this feature does. Now this feature is available for both the images and the iframes on your website and can be enabled with just one click that I will show you. Now the next feature that I wanted to discuss is WP Rocket is compatible with WebP images, and it basically creates a separate cache files to serve those images. This feature can also be enabled with one click, and I will, of course, I will take you through that. I will show you where you can find this feature. Now the next feature that you get with WP Rocket is preloading. Now what this feature does is basically when you install WordPress Rocket, it instantly starts to create a cache of your websites and pages on it. Okay, if you have been using other cache plugins, then you must be familiar with the fact that the plugin will not start working or will not start generating a cache of a site until unless you visit that page or someone visits that page. So for to activate the caching in those plugins, you will have to basically visit your site, or someone has to visit your site to activate that feature. But this is not the case with WP Rocket. Here what happens is instantly as you have basically installed the plugin, it will start caching the pages. If you have cleared the database, it will start preloading the pages. If you have basically published a new page, it will automatically add it to the caching. It will automatically generate the cache for it. Okay, and you will see it preloads using your sitemap. So as soon as your sitemap is updated, the page gets into the cache, delivering it quickly. I will show you this feature, and this is basically, this plugin is compatible with, I've used it with Yoast and I've used it with Rank Math, and it clearly displays if you want to preload using the sitemap generated by your SEO plugin, it will detect the SEO plugin and will show you, and you just have to select that option and it will start preloading. Now after preloading, the next feature that you get with WP Rocket is database optimization. Now what basically is database optimization? It is basically removal of any temporary files or junk from the database of your website. Now what contributes to the bloat on your website is the transients, which are temporary files generated by any of the plugins that you are using. The spam comments, the trash posts, the trash comments, revisions. Basically these are the things, these are some of the things that basically contribute to the bloat on your website, and you can clean all of these with just one click. Also you can schedule database optimization as per your requirement. WP Rocket gives you that option to do so, and I will show you that. Now the next feature that you get with WP Rocket is compatibility. Now although this is on CDN, but WP Rocket is compatible with a lot of WordPress products and services that you use on a regular basis. I will be starting off with CDN, and we'll take a look at a few plugins as well, and the list that WP Rocket provides and what I am exactly using. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about CDN. So WP Rocket has its own CDN service, which is a Rocket CDN. You can use that for CDN, which is a content delivery network. It basically works like very similar to a cache, where it generates a copy of your website and it distributes it among amongst its network. Sorry, I am unable to say it, but you get the point. A copy of its site is distributed across its network. And so for example, if your site is hosted in the US and a user is visiting from Singapore, then the nearest server location will deliver that file, improving the loading times. Okay, this is what basically a CDN does is, and there are quite a few CDNs available. Now WP Rocket comes with the feature where you can connect your very own CDN with WP Rocket. So this is one thing. I'll take you through its feature again. Now coming to the add-ons. Now for example, I am using Cloudflare for CDN. There is an add-on available using which I can connect my Cloudflare account to WP Rocket, and I do not need to use the Cloudflare plugin for that. Okay, there is no longer I no longer have to basically use the Cloudflare plugin. WP Rocket comes with the functionality where I can connect WP Rocket with the Cloudflare CDN. I can even clear the cache files from WP Rocket for the Cloudflare CDN. Now you can see right here, it comes with Varnish cache, Cloudflare integrations, query integration. Everything can be controlled with just one click. You will have to activate the feature. It will show you all of the settings. You just have to enter a few API keys and it will automatically connect. Now coming to which themes, plugins, hostings are compatible with WP Rocket. Now WP Rocket has given us a small list. They have created a small list for us that comprises of popular web hostings, themes, page builders, plugins that are compatible with this plugin. Now this does not mean that the products that you are using right now, the plugins or the themes that you are using or where your site is hosted on, is not compatible with WP Rocket. That is not the case at all. These are just a few very popular products and services in the WordPress ecosystem, and that is why they are listed here. Now in case you are facing compatibility issues after installing WordPress, then make sure to contact their support and let them know. They will fix it for you, and in case your problem isn't resolved, then there is a 15-day money back policy. Use that. Okay, so this is the first thing that I want to suggest. Also, WordPress Rocket has mentioned it themselves that their product is compatible with most products and services, most WordPress tools and web hosting companies out there. Okay, so keep this in mind that it is compatible. This is just a small list that I'm going to share with you, or WordPress Rocket has shared with us. Okay, so moving on, the first one is hostings. So you can see right here, WP Engine recommends using WordPress Rocket. Now WordPress Engine is one of those companies that has most cache plugins on its banned list. Okay, because first things first, those are confusing to configure, and the second thing is they break sites. That is the reason why WP Engine do not recommend most cache plugins, and they recommend using WP Rocket. I have seen that list myself. I think so. I've shared it on Blogging Unplugged. In case I will, if I have shared it in any of the articles, then you will see. Then I will add a link to it in the description box below. You can read it. Okay, now moving on, which web hosting companies do they recommend? Now first things first, before we move forward, you can see right here is compatible with 99% of the hosting companies. So feel free to use this plugin. It is more or less compatible with, it will be more or less compatible with most web hosting companies out there. Okay, I have, personally speaking, I have used it with A2, I have used it with Bluehost. Bluehost is listed here. I've used it with Elementor Cloud. So make sure you use it with other web hosting companies as well. Also, I've used it with SiteGround as well. Okay, so this plugin is compatible with most services that are in the market. In case it is not, again, contact support. In case that doesn't work, the product doesn't fare as per your expectations, return the product. Okay, you will get your money back. It's within 15 days. Okay, remember, 15-day money back guarantee. Moving on, here is the list: WP Engine, DreamHost, Flywheel, Pantheon, Bluehost, Pressable, Raidboxes, GoDaddy, Kinsta. So this is a very small list of web hosting companies. Again, like I've said, I've used it with SiteGround, Elementor Cloud website, and I'm using it on Bluehost. So it is compatible with most web hosting companies. Give it a try. Okay, moving on, theme builders and page builders. You can see the list: Elegant Themes, Astra, Avada, Beaver Builder, Elementor, Flatsum, Generate Plus, and Visual Composer. Now, I have used WP Rocket with Blocksy. I have used WP Rocket with Cadence. Works perfectly fine with blocks, with Cadence theme or blocks plugin, whatever you can say. It works perfectly fine. You can go visit Blogging Unplugged. You can see it is using Cadence theme. The plugin, the theme works perfectly fine. I design my posts using, the Cadence blocks. It works perfectly fine with WP Rocket. Moving on to plugins, there is a small list here: Yoast, WP Forms, Gravity, Magify, ACF, Slider Revolution, WordFans, Jetpack, SEO Press. Now again, as we were discussing before, I am using Rank Math on Blogging Unplugged, and it works perfectly fine with Rank Math. Rank Math is 100% compatible with WP Rocket, and so will be other plugins as well. You will have to again remember, it's a huge ecosystem. There are plenty of plugins that solve a single problem. Listing every single plugin here is not an easy task, and is not a solution to basically is not a complete conclusion where we say WP Rocket is not compatible with those plugins because those are not on the list. This is not the case. Please kindly do not take it that way. WP Rocket is compatible with most plugins out there, and in case again you face compatibility issues, go to the support, use that 15-day money back guarantee. Personally speaking, I can vouch for this plugin because I am using this plugin. So just go ahead, give this plugin a try, and then we can see. Okay, now moving on to e-commerce solutions, there are a few listed here: BigCommerce, WooCommerce, Easy Digital Download, and WP Shop. Now coming to the multilinguals, the list here is WPML, Multilingual Plus, VGlot, and Polylang. WP Rocket is compatible with these. Now, before I conclude this section, which is the compatibilities, I would just like to reiterate that WordPress ecosystem is huge. WP Rocket is compatible with most plugins out there, most themes out there, most web hosting companies out there, and there are chances that it may not be compatible in a few cases, and that is a possibility as well. Okay, listing everything here is not possible. These are just popular ones. So give WP Rocket a try. In case you are facing problems, in case you have issues, go to the support team, go through the documentation if you want to. That is another way of doing things. In case nothing works, then you have the 15-day money back guarantee, and that is what I am going to suggest here. Okay, so keep this in mind. I am personally using it with multiple plugins, and I've used it with multiple themes that are not listed here. So make sure you give WP Rocket a try. A link to that is in the description box below. So now that you are familiar with the WP Rocket and its anniversary sale, as promised before, here we are in Blogging Unplugged dashboard, and you can see this is the WP Rocket's dashboard, and you can see right over here I'm using it with Rank Math, Updraft Plus, and I am using it with a few other plugins, and it is compatible with most. You can see right over here, this is Thirsty Affiliates, this is affiliate coupons, this is WP Table Builder, this is Elementor that was on the list. So this is Pods basically. So it is compatible with most plugins out there. It's just that the ecosystem is huge and every plugin cannot be added on that list, or every web hosting company or theme or page builder plugin cannot be included in that list. So keeping this in mind, now I'll take you through some of its features, and then we'll cover the pricing once more, and then we'll conclude the video. So the first feature that we are going to discuss is cache, which is right over here. You can see the first option is mobile cache. Using it, you can enable caching for mobile devices or create a separate cache files for mobile devices altogether. I have it disabled. Along with this, there is an option to enable caching for WordPress users. For example, I am a WordPress user. I am logged into my website, so we can enable caching for me as well. Okay, for example, if you have an WooCommerce website, so you can enable caching for the users there who are logged in. So this is for that. The next is the cache lifespan. Using this, you can basically define for how long your cache will stay, and then it will renew itself, or the cache will be generated again. So mine is specified to 10 hours, I think. So this is for this is the default value. I haven't changed it. Okay, the next one is file optimization. So we were discussing, if you remember, about the minification, the deferring scripts, the delaying JavaScripts, and all that feature combining as well. So you can enable all of these features with just one click. You just have to click this checkbox over here and it will enable this feature. You can see for CSS file, you can minify, combine, optimize delivery, load asynchronously, just with few clicks. In case there are exceptions, you can just type in here and you can add the exceptions everywhere. Okay, for JavaScript files, this is the minify JavaScript. Combine JavaScript is right over here. In case you want to exclude any of the files, then you can do it right over here. You want to load JavaScript Stafford, then exclude it from that list, then that is over here. In case you want to delay some of the executions, then you can select this option and exclude scripts here, and then save the changes. So this is for the file optimization side of things. The next is the media. You can see This is the lazy load feature that we were discussing. You can enable it for images, iframes and videos. You can replace YouTube iframes with preview images. That is what I have selected and that is what I do basically. So you can exclude images from here. You will just have to enter the name of the image and one line after the other, and it will automatically exclude those from lazy loading. The next one is the image dimensions. Now at times you must have seen, while loading some of the websites, the layout will shift and then the image will takes its size. Now the reason behind that is the image sizes aren't defined properly. So you can do that with this setting. With just one click, WordPress Rocket will automatically add missing dimensions. So after the media, the next setting that you are seeing right here is preload. So as we were discussing before, using this preload option, what WP Rocket basically does is, as soon as it is installed, it creates a cache for your website. It generates a cache for your website. When you add a page, it will instantly generate the cache for it. It will preload it using the sitemap that you have specified. So you can see right over here, I've activated preloading. It is a sitemap based cache preloading, and here you can see it is using rank maths sitemap. This also shows that WP Rocket is compatible with rank math. Apart from this, in case you are using some in case your sitemap isn't automatically fetched, then you can add the link here and it will pre-fetch. Okay, now the next option that you see is preload links. So what WordPress Rocket does here is it pre-fetches the HTML version of the page when a user hovers a link on your site. So this improves the loading time, as it preempts in the background that you might click on a certain link, so it can deliver it quickly. So I have enabled this option right over here. Now there are certain resources on your website that you use. For example, you are using embeds from Google Maps, or you are using images from certain sites. So what this basically does is it prefetches those DNS requests from those common domains, improving the loading times again. Now after prefetch DNS, the next setting that you will come across is the preload fonts. Now if you have been using those page speed tools to check the the loading times of your website, then you must have seen an error regarding preload fonts or preload key requests. So those are majorly based off of fonts. Now what this setting does is, like we can see here, you can specify the URLs where a font is giving you that request, and what WordPress Rocket does is it tells the browser to load that font. Okay, this reduces the loading times again. Now moving on to the advanced tools. Here you will see the first option is never cache URL. You can add the URLs right over here that you do not want to cache, or you want to exclude from the cache. Then the next one is never cache cookies. Again, this is something in case you do not want to cache certain cookies, then you can add them here. Never cache user agents, a similar setting for user agents. Now always purge URL. This is the setting where you will have to add a URL that you want to purge every time you edit that URL or make some changes to it. Okay, so you will have to specify URLs here, one URL per line. Okay, and it will automatically purge it anytime the changes are made. Now the next setting is cache query strings. Now in this, what you can do is you can basically specify query strings that are searched more than the others, or that are being visited more than the others. For example, if you have an e-commerce store and a certain string is being searched over and over again, then using this setting you can cache that query string so that it is delivered quickly. Okay, so moving on, the next setting is database optimization. So you can see right here, revisions, auto draft, trash ports, comment cleanup, where you can see spam comments, trash comments, transient cleanup. These are the temporary plugin files and optimized tables. Okay, so you can basically remove all of these bloat with just one click. You can clean up your database with just one click. It includes revisions, auto drafts, trash posts, comments cleanups, which includes spam, trash, comments and transients and optimize tables as well with just one click. Now again, you can automatically schedule this. I have scheduled it for weekly. Here are other options: daily, weekly, and monthly. I've set it to weekly. So on when I think so, it happens during the Saturdays or probably the Sundays when it automatically cleans the database and preloads the pages again. Okay, you get that option. Okay, now the next option is CDN. You can see right over here, Rocket CDN is available for $6.99, and in case you are using any other CDN, then the option is available right over here. You have to specify these certain settings for the CDN. You can see all of the settings. In case you want to exclude any file, you have to specify the CDN names, the C names right over here, and save the changes, and WordPress Rocket will connect with it. The next one is the heartbeat. Now, if you have been using WordPress for a while, then you must be familiar with the fact that at times when you are editing pages or creating a new one or performing any action, then if you leave your computer screen open, if you leave the website idle, then it at times loads sluggishly, or at times starts to work really slow. Now this is just one of the examples that I'm stating it. There are multiple scenarios in which your WordPress dashboard behaves very sluggishly, but this is just one scenario where you can connect with. And in this situation, what happens is basically WordPress uses the heartbeat API to communicate the data changes between the server and the front end that you are seeing right over here. And what happens is when you leave the machine idle, those heartbeat API requests gets piled up. So when you start working again, the admin basically behaves very slow. In this scenario, to control the heartbeat API, what you can do is activate this option right over here, and things will get better. Now after the heartbeat control, the next setting that you get is the add-ons, which is right over here. And as discussed before, with just one click you can enable these add-ons. This is for the varnished cache, this is for the WebP compatibilities, and this is for the Cloudflare and Screw. You can see I have enabled it right over here, and I can modify the options right over here. Now the last option that you see is the image optimization. Now I have enabled it right over here, and settings are right over here. So I just want to tell you that this is nothing, this is not an additional option. This comes from this option and is and you can find a tab right here for Cloudflare. Now the next option is image optimization. You can click it right over here, and it will tell you that they have a plugin which is Imagify, using which you can compress images to make it load faster. Now either you can use Imagify, or you can use you can use Optimol to uh, basically to compress images on your website so that they load fast. Now it is recommended that you do not upload heavy images on your site, because your site will get slow. Now before I go back to the pricing and we discuss the pricing once more, the last thing that I want to show you is, let's go to any of the settings. Let's just say for cache, you can see need help option is on top of every setting. You can click this button and it will open the related documentation. Now remember this thing, WP Rocket was built to help people optimize their site for performance easily without needing to have any technical knowledge. Now it is important that you do have some technical knowledge, but to the tunes of where you need it for other plugins, you do not need it for WP Rocket, because documentation is available on everything. The settings speak for themselves. You can see right over here, every setting is clearly defined, or there are links to the web pages or the documentation where you can find more information about them. Now also there is this help button right over here. You can click this button and you will find instant answers to your questions. Okay, in case you want to get in touch with the support, then the option to that is on the website as well. Okay, so this probably covers everything when it comes to WP Rocket as a plugin. The purpose of this video is to basically share the discount with you first and then help you make that informed decision. In case you want to buy the plugin, you know what you are basically getting. This is the objective of this video and nothing else. Now let's go to the pricing page once more. Let me close this tab right here and let's just discuss the pricing once more. So the single license is available for 36.75 and it is originally priced at 49. Plus is for 74.25, priced at 99. Infinite for 186.75 and it is priced originally at 249. Now this single is for a single website, plus is for 3 sites, infinite is for unlimited websites. Now for pricing in euros, you can see right here. Single is for 32, original price is 44, plus is for 66, original price is for 88, infinite is for 166, the original price is 222. Now again, this sale is valid up to July 13th, 2022 and you will get a 25% off. Okay, now a link to WP Rocket is again in the description box below. So in case you have any queries regarding this, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Make sure if you are looking to purchase, you purchase within this stipulated time, else you will not get any other discount on WP Rocket. It doesn't offer any discount during the irregular days. So make sure you make the most out of this deal. Now I hope you have found this video helpful, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Now in case you have any queries, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Also, the links to our socials are in the description box below along with the link to WP Rocket. Make sure to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.